Hey girlies, it's Tammy. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I bought some things from Superdrug. Not much, it's a tiny little haul, but I wanted to share it with you guys and we're gonna test it. Obviously not now because I've got makeup on, but I'm gonna come back tomorrow for you in the same video and I'm gonna test it. So I ended up on Superdrug because I thought I haven't tested anything new from the drugstore in a while. And you know what? When I went on the website, it was like Revolution's website. Literally, Superdrug has been taken over, makeup section, by Revolution. I was searching new in, I was searching trending, I was searching bestsellers, and all of it was Revolution. And I was like, oh, I was kind of hoping to try some new stuff from different brands, but it was so hard to like navigate on the website, and Superdrug's website is not the easiest to shop from. Their pictures are really tiny and like they don't have a new in section, because I literally went to new in makeup and it was all nail polish and I was like, this is not makeup. Their website's just not my favorite to shop on, to be honest, and they need to update it in my opinion. But I did manage to get a few bits that I've not tried before and I thought I would share it with you guys. So first of all, I saw the Revolution and Tiana collection. So this actually sold out on the Revolution's website ASAP, like real quick. I couldn't get my hands on it, so I actually saw it on Superdrug. So if you were looking for the collection, it's available on Superdrug, and I also believe Beauty Bay, or was it ASOS? One of those websites that stock Revolution anyway, they do have extra stock. So if you did want to get your hands on Belle or Tiana or Cinderella, they have all of that on Superdrug, ASOS or Beauty Bay, one of them. So I went ahead and got the highlighter along with the palette. This is the one that I wanted to get. I wasn't really interested in the colors in Cinderella or Belle, plus the face palettes weren't really like my color story. This is made for deeper skin face wise. The eyeshadows can work for everyone of course, but the face palette is kind of deeper skin friendly because it's got nice deep dark tones. I do wish that they separated the face palettes from the eyeshadow palette, so if you just wanted to get the face palette you could, but if you wanted to get the eyeshadow palettes from Belle or Cinderella, you can get that separately without getting the face stuff. So this is what the packaging looks like. It's kind of like a chunky box for a highlighter. It is pretty big, but I do really like the gold detailing. I do wish they used a different picture of Tiana. I know that cooking is her thing and they've got a picture of her cooking on there. I wish they had the picture where she was dressed in her green outfit, or maybe even the white one. This is what it looks like. So it's like a deep yellow gold, and it doesn't seem to have tons of reflection as I'm looking at it in the pan. It does seem to be like a satin type of highlighter. If you guys can see, like there's barely any shine on that. It looks to me like it's going to be quite a subtle highlight, which I am a fan of. I do like subtle highlighters, but I do wish it had a little bit more pizzazz, a little bit more shine to it. So it is a very colorful eyeshadow palette. I don't know what's with Revolution lately, but every eyeshadow palette they do, the colors are all over the place. Like, can we get them in order just so we can have the same colors? Like, put the greens together, put the pinks together, the purples together. I just like to see cohesion in a palette. You get a bit of everything. You get greens, you get pinks, you get purples, you get yellows. Funny enough, there's no actual deep green matte in here. All of the greens are shimmer. This is a shimmer, this is a shimmer, these two are a shimmer. The only green that's not a shimmer is kind of this lime green right here. I do wish that they put like this color but matte. Overall, I'm not mad at the colors in here and I definitely wanted to grab it, but the face palette is definitely what called me in the most. Like, do you see this blush? The highlighters look to almost be the same formula as the one in here. Like, it doesn't have tons of reflection in the pan. Sticking with the green theme, I actually picked up this palette because I've been eyeing it ever since Elf dropped it, and this is tiny. It's their bite-sized eyeshadow palette in the green one. What's it called? Jalapeno. And these are literally £3. Such a bargain for 4 eyeshadow shades, especially if they're good. I've tried a neutral version of this palette. I can't remember. It's like the neutral smoky one, which was really, really good quality, but I haven't tried the green, so I really wanted to try this. I cannot open this. Oh, I'm not going to be able to test this with you guys because I'm going to use the Tiana palette, but I will probably use this in an Instagram video, so definitely look out for that. But it's got 2 shimmers, so a yellow gold and a lime green. I kind of wish that these shades were in the Tiana palette because they don't have dark matte greens like this in the Tiana palette. They have the shimmer green but not the dark matte greens. But yeah, I love greens, guys, honestly, on my eyes. I love any color on my eyes apart from gray, but I can't wait to use this because I've heard good things about it. And for £3 £15, you can't really go wrong, you know what I mean? And also, I didn't pay full price for all of this stuff because Superdrug's actually having a 3 for 2 on all of their makeup. I don't know if it's still active when I post this video, but it was active when I placed my order, and I got all of this stuff for cheap. Yeah, I literally got a discount on everything that I bought. So the Tiana palette was £15, but I got it for 11. The e.l.f. bite-sized palette is £3, but I got it for £2. For some reason, they were having a sale and I seemed to save money, which is great. I mean, £2 for this eyeshadow palette. Yes, thank you. So I went ahead and got the Revlon Color Stay. I used to use this years ago, but I actually forgot what I actually feel about it because I haven't used it in so many years, and plus they might have reformulated. This is the oily skin, combination to oily skin, so it has a matte finish. They also have a hydrating normal to dry skin formula. I got the shade 400 Caramel, which looks like that. Looks a little bit too yellowy toned for me, but I'm definitely going to give it a go, and hopefully we can balance it out with concealer if it doesn't match perfectly. But I remember liking this foundation, so I really want to give it a go again. I also grabbed the MUA Pro Base Longwear Matte Finish foundation. I heard so many people raving about this foundation when it came out, and I just never got around to grabbing it, but I grabbed it. It's £5 each, but because of Superdrug's sale, for some reason I got it for £3 something each, which is insane. But yeah, I got 2 shades because I wasn't too sure what color is. They're very similar, they look like the same shade. This is 182 and then this is 183. I'll most likely be 182, but yeah, this is how they look. They're meant to be long wearing, matte finish and full coverage, so right up my street, and they're £5, so we'll see if it's worth your £5. So next I got the Maybelline Superstay Concealer, full coverage under eye concealer in the shade Honey 30. So the last time I tried to pick this up, they had like sand and then they had tanned, and there was a big jump in between. This was out of stock or missing, but this time it was in stock, so I went ahead and grabbed it, and I absolutely love the Maybelline Superstay foundation, so I'm hoping this is going to be just as good. Maybe full coverage, dries down matte, you know, the usual that I love. And last but not least, I picked up a liquid blush from B. So B is Superdrug's brand, and I got it in the shade Coral, this gorgeous orangey blush. I've really been into liquid and cream blushes, especially super pigmented ones that blend out like a dream, and I like them to be super pigmented because I usually go on top with powder to set it down, and I want to make sure that it's still going to be seen through the powder. I don't want to apply it powder and it's gone. I want to apply it powder and it's still visible. And that is everything I grabbed, guys. I know it's not a lot, but it cost me a lot of money, funny enough. It was nearly 50 quid worth of makeup just for like a handful of stuff, but anyway, I digress. So yeah, guys, that's everything I grabbed. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into testing it. For you, it's jump in. For me, it's tomorrow. So yeah, let's go ahead and go. Hey guys, it's Tammy. Welcome. No, I've done that part of the video. Okay guys, and I'm back. So go ahead and call me Curly Sue because I am curly today. But yeah, let's go ahead and test this makeup. So I'm gonna start with the foundation, and I'm gonna use the MUA Pro Base Longwear Matte Finish Foundation. I'm gonna take the shade 182. It looks pretty dark now that I'm looking at it. Oh no, I got the wrong shade. It looked like my colour on the website. It looks really thick and creamy on the spatula, but yeah, don't these shades look the same? So this is 182 and this is 183. They are so similar, guys. So 182, 183. Either way, they're both the wrong shade for me anyway. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of it because I'll probably end up using a little bit of foundation drops to balance out the colour. But I just wanna see the look at that colour. I just wanted to see the coverage of it, and the coverage is definitely looking very, very full. I might have to mission abort this because the colour is just not right for me, so I'm gonna have to take a different foundation. But so far, first impressions, I would be interested in trying a different shade. But for now, I'm gonna take my Catrice foundation that I tested in my last testing video, and I really love the coverage of this, and this is of course too light for me, so I'm hoping it will balance out this colour and just kind of neutralise that orange tone. Yeah, that's working. But yeah, definitely will be continued. I will test it again once I get the right shade, especially for £5. I can afford to pick up another one. But those two together look beautiful. I've got full coverage, I've got a matte finish. This is really nice. So next I think I'm going to try out the liquid liquid blush in the shade Coral, which is by B Makeup, which is Superdrug's own makeup brand. I have no idea how pigmented this is, so I'm just gonna take like that much, and then I'm gonna use this brush from, oh, it looks quite sheer actually. It's from not Real Techniques, what's this called? Bare Minerals. Oh no, that's too sheer. That has barely any colour. That's actually so disappointing. It's actually such a sheer, and it's messing up my foundation. It's such a sheer formula and it's removing coverage from my foundation. It's just like, meh, you know? I don't really like that. I wish it was more pigmented and definitely a dry down matte type of formula. I'm really interested to try the Made by Mitchell blushes. I've seen people's video testing it and it looks exactly like what I look for in a liquid cream blush. It's really pigmented, it dries down matte, blends out beautifully. I really want to grab a couple, but I can't decide if I want to add the palettes to my order as well. I've added the blushes to my cart, but I keep looking at the palettes like, do I want you? Do I not want you? Do I want you? And I can't decide, so I end up just leaving the order altogether. But let me know, do you guys want to see a video on the Made by Mitchell palettes, or should I just get the blushes? Let me know. I'm in two minds. I'm going to move on to eyes, so I'm going to use the I Heart Revolution Princess and the Frog collaboration. So I'm thinking to do something green, which is why I wore my green jumper today, but I don't know what, because there's no green mattes in this palette. There's purple mattes, there's pinky mattes, there's like a teal and a lime matte, this one and this one, but there's no dark green matte. Maybe a blue purple crease with a green on the lid and lime green on the inner corner. So the PS5 actually launched in the UK today and I've been trying to get it all morning. It's an absolute myth, like it's not gonna happen. Every website keeps crashing and then when you finally get onto it, it's sold out and it's just a mission. But if you guys like to game, let me know. Are you an Xbox person or a PlayStation person? Me and my partner are PlayStation people and then my son is an Xbox person. Well, he's a gamer person, that's what he is. He likes to game on literally anything. So what I'm gonna do is start off with the dark purple, the only dark matte in here, which is called Witch Doctor, and I'm going to put this into the outer V. Ooh, that's got pigment. Nice, we love a bit of pigment. I wasn't even sure if I was going to film today because it was so dark outside. I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to film. Then all of a sudden the sun came out and I was like, quick, set everything up. Then I'm going to go into the shade Swamp, which is that kind of teal blue, and this I'm going to use on the edge of the purple. Ooh, that is pigmented. A little bit chalky, that shade, but still applying nice. And of course, back in with my previous brush, a little bit of that purple, re-intensifying and blending in. Should I cut the crease? I haven't cut the crease in forever. I need to carry that purple further in. This purple's almost coming off like a dark navy blue. I haven't actually cut my crease in forever, so this feels a bit strange, but I'm gonna go back in with the Witch Doctor shade and just kind of blend that into the edge of the cut crease. So I'm gonna use the shade Frog, which is the green, and I'm gonna put that on the center. Okay, pigment. It's definitely got pigmentation, not so much reflection on it, but it's definitely got pigment. It's an interesting color combination. You can't tell me I've done this before. Next, I'm gonna go into the shade Tiana, which is the light lime green shimmer. And this is gonna go, of course, next to that green. I'm debating if I want to do a yellow on the, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put a yellow right on the inner corner. So now going into the shade Magic, this one here. They're almost like satin shimmers, like they don't have much foiled reflective effects to it. I mean, it's a cute look, but it's just like the shimmers could have been more. And that is basically the eye look, guys. I've never done this color combination before, so bringing you something new and fresh. I feel like it will come together once I get my lower lash line and lashes on, so don't worry about that. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye and then I'll come back so we can continue. Okay, so the other eye is now done. Let's move on to concealer. So of course I have the Maybelline Superstay Concealer in the shade Honey, which I'm really excited to try. I hope it doesn't let me down. It seems to have a flat kind of applicator, doesn't apply tons of product. It almost feels a little bit dry as I'm pulling it out of the tube, but I'm hoping that means that you don't need that much concealer because it's so full coverage, right, Maybelline? In my head, this concealer dries down, so I feel like I need to work quick with it. And I'm basing that assumption based on the foundation that does dry down pretty fast. Okay, it's blending out really nice. That's actually got really nice coverage and it has dried down. It doesn't even feel tacky anymore as I'm putting my brush on it. It almost feels like it's set down. I'm actually pretty happy with that. I feel like I need a little bit more though down the center of my face. So like here, in here, but it's definitely not a concealer that I would let sit for a minute because it does dry fast, so you kind of just want to blend that straight in. I do wish that maybe a little bit more came out on the brush when you first pull the brush out, and also it does kind of feel like an empty concealer. How much milliliters do you get in here? You only get 6 ml of product. How much did I pay for this? I feel like it was £9 or £8. So I don't have any new powders or bronzers or anything, so I'm just going to do that off camera quickly, and then I'll come back so we can use the blush in here, and then I think I'm going to use the single highlighter in here. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the lower lash line. I've already put on this Laura Mercier Caviar eye stick in the shade Beamin', which is like a yellow gold. I felt like it tied in really nicely with the gold on the lid. Then what I also did is take the yellow and put that on the inner half of the eye, and then a little bit of Frog, which is the green, right in the center. And then last but not least, a little bit of that dark purple right on the outer edge. And then on the inner corner, I went in with Evangeline, which is this light yellow lemon color. Like that. And that is the look, guys. Very cool tone, but very cute. I love it. Definitely not something I've done before in terms of like the color combo. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to blush. So of course, I'm going to go in with the orangey shade, which is called Mardi Gras. And whoa, that is pigmented. Oh, they are pigmented, girl. Ooh. I think you should take one dip and then dab some off onto the back of your hand just so that you don't have too much product. Yeah, really happy with the blusher formula. Gorgeous, blends out beautifully, really nicely pigmented, really happy with that. So of course in here you do get 3 highlighters, but I feel like they're exactly the same. They look like exactly the same formula as the one in here, just a different shade. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this one, which is the single yellow gold shade, which looks like this. Hopefully it will tie really nicely with the yellow in my eye. Oh, that is really yellow. Oh no. Oh, actually, that buffs into the skin really nicely. It is very, very subtle. And I like a subtle highlight, but this is very, very subtle. Okay, so positive, it blends and melts into the skin beautifully. It's not texturizing. It doesn't look weird or glittery or anything like that, but it is just a little bit too subtle. It still needs to give me a little bit of something, you know. It's a really subtle glow. I mean, I don't hate it. It's not the worst highlighter I've ever tried. I hate glittery highlighters more than I hate this, but this is definitely something that's really natural, like a really, really natural glow. really. I might try and top it with something else and see if we can make it pop a little bit more. I'm gonna go in with the shade in the middle. Oh, that's a bit too icy. That is so icy. Okay, so I'm gonna try this one here at the top. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere. Yeah, now we've got a bit of a glow. 3 highlighters down. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but it's definitely my cup of tea. I am one for a subtle highlight, so I can deal with subtle buildable highlighters. But if you're not into that, you won't like this. I'm just gonna go ahead and put my fake mole. So yeah, that is everything, guys. This is the final look. What do you think? I'm gonna go ahead and give you my thoughts on everything. So starting with the MUA Pro Base Foundation, this is definitely a foundation that I can get on board with if I get my correct shade. I feel like the coverage was great. It looked buildable, but I obviously didn't want to go in with too much because it wasn't the right shade. It dried down super fast and nice, comfortable matte, not too drying from what I could feel. And yeah, it definitely seems like something I would be interested in. And for £5, the coverage was amazing. And then obviously today I paired it with the Catrice foundation, and these two together, I'm loving how they're looking on my skin. It looks really flawless. It doesn't feel heavy or cakey. It looks really smooth. The Maybelline concealer I liked as well. I do wish that it kind of dispensed a little bit more concealer when you take it out of the tube, because it almost feels like a dry concealer. Like, you know those lip glosses you get where you have to keep dipping in. That's what it feels like, but in a concealer. The packaging I'm not in love with, but the actual formula on the inside, I really like the coverage. I like the way it dries down. It behaves just like the Maybelline Superstay foundation, so if you're a fan of that formula, you would possibly enjoy this as well. Now for the Tiana collection, I'm torn because I like it because it's Tiana. The blushes, yes. Everything else, no, not really. The eyeshadows, I like the mattes. They felt really blendable. They're pigmented. They were good mattes. But the shimmers is what makes up majority of this palette, because you only get a select few of mattes in here, but you get loads of shimmers, and the shimmers are just not shimmering. They're not foiled. They're not creamy. They're not reflective. They're just satin dull shimmers. However, the blushes in here, the one that I tried, beautiful formulation. Blends out like a dream, really pigmented. Love the color as well. The highlighters, I can get on board with a subtle everyday highlight. That's really my type of vibe. So I'm not mad at this being so subtle, but if you are someone that is used to Revolution's blinding highlighters, these are going to be like a meh type of letdown type of formula. But if you are someone like me that does enjoy a very subtle highlight then and not texturizing, not glittery, then you can definitely get on board with these highlighters. I prefer the face palette over the eyeshadow palette. That's another thing. I do wish that they had separated it and made it 2 palettes, just that if you are deeper skin and you only want the face products, you can get that. Or if you're lighter skin and you only wanted the eyeshadow palette, but now you're getting this deep face palette, I don't know, it's just like overall, if you are a Tiana fan, you won't be disappointed in this palette. Like, the face products work perfectly fine. It's just the shimmers in this palette, I'm just not a fan of the formula. I feel like they should be a bit more creamy, a bit more foiled, a bit more reflective. There should be more mattes in here. There should have been at least one matte green. I just feel like it could have been done better, but I'm not mad that I have it. And yeah, I definitely will keep it because of course it's Tiana. And also the picture on the front, I really wish they would have dressed her up or like put her in her outfit, especially because the other 2 princesses are dressed up in their outfit. So it's like, why is she? I feel like they've taken a picture of her when she wasn't ready and put it on the gram. Like, what are you doing? So yeah, that is it for today's video, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below, and if you have any of these products, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed, and I'll catch you in my next one. Take care. Bye.